I lived in New York right around the time when the whole cupcake craze started. I lived there when Magnolia Bakery just started, and we would wait kind of hours in line just to get cupcakes from there. So I would go for the cupcakes in the beginning, and then one day they ran out of the cupcake that I wanted. So I tried their banana pudding, and it was just like mind altering. It was so good. It just brought back every single piece of nostalgia from your childhood that I grew up eating this banana pudding. So I wanted to show you kind of my updated version that you can make with your family. So first step is we're gonna steep some milk. We've got 2 cups of milk, and we're gonna steep a vanilla bean. If you don't have a vanilla bean, you can use vanilla extract. Instead, I would just warm up the milk slightly, take it off the heat, and then add the vanilla extract. The vanilla extract has alcohol in it, so when it hits heat, it tends to evaporate. So I've got 1 vanilla bean that you could just get at the grocery store. In the spice aisle, I'm gonna split it in half before I steep it. That way I can get all the bean flecks out of it before I steep it. So just with a paring knife, split it in 2. And with a knife, just take out all that filling and just put it right on into the milk. I have the milk over low heat. You wanna be careful not to boil the milk. So just put the whole bean in there, the flecks as well as the seed as well, and we're just gonna let that steep for about 15 minutes. Okay, so while my vanilla bean and milk steeps, I'm gonna make the rest of the pudding. I've got 5 egg yolks in the bowl here. To this, I'm gonna add half a cup of sugar, a pinch of salt, and then a 1/4 cup of cornstarch. Make sure not to let the sugar sit too long on your egg yolks, otherwise you'll get something that's called burned egg yolks. So just when you put the sugar on, make sure to whisk it right away. Okay, my milk and vanilla bean mixture has been steeping, and now I'm just gonna put it right into the egg yolk mixture. You're gonna want to use a sieve that'll catch any of those vanilla beans. Give it a big whisk to make sure everything is incorporated. Okay, now we're gonna add the egg yolk and milk mixture back into the pot that you warmed that milk in, and we're gonna cook over medium heat. Okay, so my milk and egg yolk mixture is over medium heat. I'm gonna whisk constantly for about 2 to 3 minutes until it becomes really thick. And the thickening will happen really quickly. 1 minute it'll go kind of from a loose, liquidy texture, and then it'll all of a sudden be thick and pudding-like, and that's because there's cornstarch in there. And one of the reasons I love using the vanilla bean is because there's vanilla bean flecks throughout this pudding. But again, vanilla extract is totally fine. Or if you want to get a little crazy, you could put some bourbon in there and just make it a bourbon banana pudding. Okay, so my pudding has gotten really, really thick. We are almost there, but I'll show you how thick it really gets. And it's pretty much, it goes from being really liquidy to thick almost instantly. But see, you can tell that it's like almost that pudding texture. And then we're gonna put it into a bowl and fold in some butter. Okay, so let's put our pudding mixture into a bowl. And if it looks a little chalky right now or kind of not smooth, it's totally fine. We're gonna put in some butter, which is gonna smooth everything out. Okay, so I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of butter and just put it right on in. Perfect, so my butter is whisked in. We're gonna put this in the refrigerator for at least 4 hours, or if it's easier, just overnight. But before we do that, we're gonna put some plastic wrap right on top. And the plastic wrap's gonna help prevent the pudding from forming a skin on top. I know that sounds really gross, but trust me, just do it. So the plastic wrap's gonna go right on, but we're actually gonna put the plastic wrap directly onto the pudding and then into the refrigerator for 4 hours or up to overnight. I do overnight just because it's easier. I've got my pudding and it's been chilled overnight, so it's nice and cold, and then I've got some whipped cream. I whipped the cream until soft peaks, and then I'm gonna fold 3/4 of this cream into the pudding mixture. And we're gonna save that final 1/4 for the top, and then just gently fold it in. And by adding the whipped cream, this is gonna lighten the pudding and make it really velvety and smooth in texture. Okay, so let's assemble our banana pudding. I'm just using a glass bowl today. You could use a casserole dish, you could use a trifle dish. A glass bowl works just as well. And even if it's not glass, it's totally fine. I like using glass because then you can see the different layers of the pudding with the bananas and the Nilla wafers. Okay, first let's add a layer of Nilla wafers. So in vanilla wafers, it's a little bit controversial. I think you have to use like the Nilla Nabisco kind to get that flavor. I don't know what, I've tried it with Nilla wafers from Whole Foods or kind of like generic brands, and there's something about this brand that just like the nostalgia is wrapped up in it. But if you can't find this one, just regular vanilla wafers will do too. And then we're gonna add pudding on top of that. And it doesn't have to be perfect. That's the beauty of this dessert, is that it's a little bit messy, but totally amazing. And then on top of that, we're gonna add sliced bananas. So just thinly slice the banana and then just place it right on top. So we had this recipe a lot growing up, but it wasn't really until I lived in New York that I really, really loved it. I remember just getting huge tubs of it from Magnolia Bakery and just walking home snacking on it. No shame, right? And then we're gonna repeat this process a couple more times, depending on how big your dish is. Okay, and then the final banana pudding right on top. And then to this, we're gonna top with the remaining whipped cream. And then kind of final garnish, we're gonna take a couple Nilla wafers, because obviously we don't have enough already, and just kind of break them right over it. And there you have it. You have this delicious banana pudding. And I love that the glass bowl, you can see the layers. You can see definitely that there's banana in there, there's pudding, and then the Nilla wafers. So you could let this sit in the refrigerator until you're ready to eat, but I'm ready to eat right now. The only difference if you eat it immediately is that the vanilla wafers are gonna be a little more crispy. That's not a bad thing, it's just preference. So I'm just gonna dig right in, because this is just all for me anyways, right? Let's go. It's so amazingly nostalgic. I love when food kind of transports you back into like a time in your life, and this transports me right back to New York. It makes me miss it a little bit. I love this recipe. It's banana-y, it's vanilla-y, and it's totally delicious. So you should make it for your next family occasion, for Easter coming up, or just any old day you want a banana pudding. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe, because I upload a new recipe video each week. All mine, all mine.